Hi, thanks for joining us today on Shining Stars in South Florida Business. I'm your host, Danny Poulos, and our very special guest today is Katie Klaus-Newitt of A1 Moving and Storage. She's been a real mainstay in Jupiter business, and most of us know her already, but we're going to hear more about what A1 Moving and Storage is all about. Thanks for coming in, Katie.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Tell us how it all started such a long time ago.
Well, my mom and dad started the business in 1972. We were a very small outfit back then. Through the years, it's now been 43 years, and we do local, long distance, international, corporate moving, and we're one of the largest outfits in Palm Beach County.
Not a lot of people that can say they've been in business in Jupiter for 43 years.
No, yeah.
Just made me feel very, very old. So, I mean, when we talk about moving companies, everybody's got some kind of nightmare story.
Right.
Right? Property being held hostage, numbers changing.
Right.
You probably heard it all. Not about you, but you've heard people come to you with those stories, right?
From what I understand, moving is one of the top inquired about companies, especially through Better Business Bureau,
Right.
and there are a lot of problems in our industry. One of the other problems is the internet. Everybody thinks that it's really great for the internet to do your research, but there's a lot of brokers on the internet, and so you hire one and think they're coming out, and that's not who shows up. What we've always stood behind with our company is care, service, and the men who come out to do the work. We have always come out to give you written estimates. It's required by law, actually.
Really?
To have a written estimate and to just really take care of the clients. It's one of the most stressful things in your life is moving. It's in the top 3, actually. And just going in and really giving them the peace of mind that they know that they've hired someone that can take care of their things, whether it's going down the street. I've got a client going to England right now. I've got another one going to Seattle.
Right.
So there's really nothing that we can't do for them.
And I think you said something very important at the beginning there about people going on the internet. Mm-hmm. In most cases, not really dealing with a moving company.
Right.
Right?
Well,
They're
you
dealing
think
with
you
someone
are.
who's generating the business
Right.
and generating a lead and quoting a price that they can make money off of, but they're not who you're going to be dealing with from beginning to end.
And that is a big problem in our industry. You don't know that as the consumer,
Right.
though. That's the biggest problem is consumers think that they're talking with someone when they have them on the phone, but they don't realize that it's being brokered out. And, to me, I think the smartest thing is just build that relationship, know who you're working with, feel comfortable with them, but do the background checking. Check with Better
Right.
Business Bureau, check with the state, and that way you can also look and see what the company's rankings are, but also look at complaints, because that also is a very important feature.
Right. And I know that you only use full-time employees, too. A lot of businesses down here we know are using day labor and temporary labor. You don't use any of that.
We have found over the years that day labor is just not the way to go, obviously. Right. The men that work for us, this is their career. They've been doing this for a very long time. They're very courteous with the customers. All they want to do is make you happy and be pleased with the service. So we found that really works in our industry. I mean, in any business, that's what you want to do is take care of the customer, but we just want to make sure everything's in the place that you want it, and we've done everything for you that we can possibly handle.
Right. I mean, you said it. It's one of the most stressful things you can do is move. So if you make it a pleasurable experience, and that's how people remember you, and that's why you get referred so much, I'm sure. You've also explained to me that there's a couple of different ways that shows that how you can price things out, whether they're going to pay a fixed price or whether they're going to pay hourly. What are advantages or disadvantages to that?
There's 2 ways of doing it. If the customer knows that they are having us pack and having us move everything, then obviously guaranteed price is the way to go. If you have a client that isn't quite sure if they're going to take this or they're going to be hand carrying things over to the new house themselves, then sure, we can do it strictly by time and the amount that we pack.
Right, so you can customize. It's really up to the client's situation, whether
Right.
they know exactly what's going to happen. It's certainly if they know everything's going and this is where it's going and when it's going,
Right.
it's easier for you to figure out a price on something like that.
We're very clear with our customers so that they understand what we're doing for them, and that way there's no surprises. Hidden surprises is what they always talk about in the moving industry, and that's one thing that we're very clear that we do not do. We're very instructional, whether it's about coverage or whether it's about storage. Anything that they have the needs for, we'll discuss, and we'll make sure they understand it.
Let's get to storage. Mm-hmm. You've got warehouse facilities, obviously.
Right. We have a 45,000 square foot fully air-conditioned building, and that's one of the most important things in the industry. Some movers can talk about being climate controlled. Climate control doesn't necessarily mean air conditioning.
Really?
It can mean fans. So, if you're going to spend the money and spend that much money on air conditioning a warehouse, that's how you're going to promote yourself.
Right.
And we are fully air conditioned, and we can handle whatever, again, whether it's local, long distance, international, there's really nothing that we can't do.
I also want to make everyone aware that you also do corporate projects and some big corporate projects. Yeah. What are some of the ones you recently worked on?
Well, last year, we've had 2 hotel projects to date. We've had the Wyndham Grand here in Jupiter at Harborside, and we are just finishing the Convention Center Hotel, the Hilton, down in West Palm Beach across from City Place. That was a 6-month project, and it's 400 rooms, and we accepted every ice bucket, every bed, every mattress, every nightstand.
So you had all this stuff in storage, so as they were building, you were delivering?
Yeah. Yeah.
Big job.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the nice thing about us is we've never focused on one area of our company. We just want to move you, whether it's a small little 1-bedroom apartment, whether it's a huge commercial project like that. Scripps and Max Planck have been our customers for years, whether it's something along those lines or just getting you from one house to the other.
Now, I don't want to wrap up without mentioning, I know I read about in the newspaper about some awards you won. What was that all about?
For the past 2 years, we're an agent for Atlas Van Lines, and for the past 2 years, we have received the top award that Atlas can provide. It's called the Milt Hill Award. You have to meet 12 criteria. It's not an easy award to obtain, and past 2 years, we've gotten that. So
wow.
We're best of the best.
Absolutely. That's why she's a shining star in South Florida business. Tell everybody how they can reach you, Katie, for any questions about moving or if they have a project.
You can call our office directly. The number is 561-625-0600. Cindy answers the phone. She's wonderful to talk to, and she'll set everything up. And just call us, and we can come out and do a visual estimate for your move.
You'll be glad you did. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.